Congress is questioning whether police and the feds missed clues and miscommunicated in the days before the Boston terror attacks. Almost 800 bags of drugs worth $20,000 off the street tonight. We break big stories on WPXI.com every day, and this next story is another example. This bust was actually the biggest ever in Elwood City. Channel 11's Amy Marcinkiewicz has the latest. Well, Peggy, in doing the research for this story, I heard from so many of you who are skipping pills or going without your medications because they're simply too expensive. So I took your questions to a pharmacy professor at Pitt and got answers. I think you're going to like this because I found a number of ways to cut your prescription costs. In my opinion, the Roku is best suited for someone who doesn't watch a lot of TV or need as many choices as cable. If you were going to recommend stink bug traps, what would you recommend?
Either of these two.
Lemon Law mechanic Steve Roos showed us the problem. So it is leaking into the car. He reached under the steering column and came out with a finger covered in coolant.
You can actually see.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
News coverage you can count on.
Good evening, I'm Robin Taylor. We begin tonight with a big story we've been following all day, the crash at the crossing. A 91-year-old woman was killed. Several other elderly people with special needs were hurt when a train collided with a small bus. As soon as we heard about this crash, we sent several crews there. The first reporter on the scene was Channel 11's Amy Marcinkiewicz, who has been working on this story all day long. Many of the passengers were going to a program called Life Steps, which serves older people and families with special needs. The bus driver and two passengers were taken to Butler Memorial Hospital. All three have been released. More big story coverage right now on major flight delays this week because of the cutback in the number of air traffic controllers. Those delays could end in the next few days following action by Congress. A police officer in the right place at the right time seconds after someone was shot this morning in Jeanette. Police say the suspect shot someone in front of a Jeanette bar, a place that has seen trouble before. Channel 11's Dave Bondi has more. Target 11 uncovers how predators are hacking into your webcam to spy on you. So you're spying on me right now, and I'd have no way of knowing.
That's correct.
I learned firsthand how easy it is for a hacker to spy on you without you even knowing it. Good antivirus software will also alert you. The spyware is often hidden in emails or Facebook posts that say things like, watch this incredible video, and those links are how hackers gain access.
Consumer investigator Robin Taylor wanted to know what the kitchens look like now. Robin?
Well, to get the record straight, we're not trying to pick on anyone. These are restaurants that made headlines because inspectors found they had problems with rodents or roaches, issues that were serious enough for the health department to step in.
This is a special report from Channel 11 News.
Breaking news right now, a shooting at a hospital in Oakland. Let's go right to Channel 11's Rick Earl, who was the first reporter there on the scene. Again, we have crews that have just gotten to the scene. They are getting ready to do a live report. We will have more information as it becomes available. Officials are not confirming how many people were injured or how serious their injuries are. You're watching WPXI. All right, thanks, Rick. And we are also told that there is a lockdown at Pitt. There was an email that went out to students, an email alert warning them to stay in a safe location because there may be a second shooter on the loose. We are coming to you from the WPXI newsroom. We will have more at 5 o'clock. You can also follow this story on the web at WPXI.com. I'm Robin Taylor reporting live. David and Peggy, how good are your passwords? Are they good enough to keep the bad guys out? Well, there's a good chance that they aren't. So I'm here to show you how to make your passwords hack-proof. Chris Autry's Yahoo account was hacked 5 times in 6 weeks.
You have to do some damage control. You know, you have to go and call friends and be like, hey, man, I'm sorry you got this.
The hackers bombarded his contacts with spam, and then this.
The worst one was porn.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was highly offensive.
What makes it even worse, Chris is a Baptist minister. This is rather embarrassing, isn't it?
It's horrible. It's just horrible.
Rick Wallace is a cybersecurity expert. He's helped thousands of victims like Chris restore their reputations and their credit. He says the most common mistake is using the same password for multiple accounts. Hackers get in through the weakest link with the least security.
Once you get into their social networking website, you can pop right onto, their banking website and continue on.
It takes 10 minutes for a hacker's computer to crack a 6-digit lowercase password. 10 hours if it's upper and lowercase. Add more digits and special characters, and it becomes infinitely more difficult. Yet most of us use simple combos that are easy to remember.
I can find out what your dog's name is. I can find out where you were born. I can find out your date of birth.
Instead, experts recommend using upper and lowercase letters along with numbers and punctuation. The longer, the better. Stay away from names, places, colors, or dates, and change your password every 30 to 60 days. Rick also told me to be creative with those security questions, even giving fake answers that no one will find online.
Well, instead of where were you born, because I can find out where you were born. Instead of using that answer, how about using your favorite city?
Complicated passwords are harder to remember, but they're also harder to decode.
Is it difficult to enter that in every time? Yes, but is it worth it? I've never been hacked.
As for Chris, he's fortunate the hackers didn't ruin him financially. He's closed his Yahoo account and opened a new one with another provider. This time, his password is much stronger.
We've just encrypted it even more, and hopefully it'll stick.
There are programs you can use to check how strong your passwords are. We've set up a link on our website. Just go to WPXI.com. Robin Taylor, Channel 11 News. The viewer who contacted me rented a vehicle for a youth trip. He paid his bill and then got an unexpected charge. When he fought it, the company threatened to blacklist him. Brian Hardy had a flat tire when he rented a vehicle like this. He called Payless and exchanged it, but when he got his credit card bill, there was a $272 charge for a damaged tire. Do you feel that you damaged the tire?
I don't.
American Express reversed the charge, but that wasn't the end of it. The bill went to collections. So Brian filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau and got this response.
The company will be absorbing the cost of the tire. However, Mr. Hardy will be added to our unauthorized renter list.
It went on to say the list was shared throughout all rental companies across the United States and Europe. So this dispute over a tire could keep you from renting a car anywhere?
That's right.
I contacted all of the major rental car companies and found out it's true. They do have do not rent lists for people who've wrecked or abandoned vehicles or just haven't paid their bills. Is it hard to get off a list like that if you're put on it?
I would think it's a lot of red tape.
Jody Harris is a travel agent who's seen customers have to pay double.
And if you walk up to Hertz and all you're on that do not rent list, it's not easy just to slide over to Dollars counter and try to re-rent. So it can leave you really high and dry.
Brian fought back and got his name removed from the list. Payless still thinks he damaged the tire, but the CEO told me something didn't go right here, and there's now an internal investigation.
To threaten an industry-wide blacklist is just wrong.
By the way, there is no national or international do not rent list. Rental car companies keep their own lists, but they can't stop you from renting with another company. Robin Taylor, Channel 11 News.
Yeah, that was scary. I grabbed her and took off.
A family with 2 little kids was able to escape this fast-spreading fire thanks to a neighbor who rushed to the rescue. Good evening, I'm Robin Taylor. We were first on the scene of the fire, and that gave us a chance to find the hero who jumped into action. Channel 11's Kara Sapida has the story on how the family was saved. That was Kara Sapida reporting. The fire marshal is still investigating, but we're told it could have been electrical. Residents say it came without warning. A tornado dropped from the sky in northwestern Pennsylvania. The funnel cloud was captured on video as it started its path of destruction. The tornado touchdown had families scrambling to find safety last night. Today, Channel 11's Jodine Costanzo checked out the hardest hit area near Edinburgh. Last night, Stephen told us about severe weather. Tonight, he's tracking heat and humidity. Stephen?
Boy, no kidding, Robin.
There are plenty of walking and biking trails in Pittsburgh, but where do we rank when it comes to being fit? You may be surprised by the results of a new study. We break it down for you next. PennDOT says the report demonstrates the real challenges facing its department. It calls the latest budget proposal for highway funding underwhelming. The word is pernicious. A Canonsburg Middle School student had to spell it this morning at the Scripps National Spelling Bee outside Washington. Thanks, Stephen. For the entire Pittsburgh Cable News team, thanks for watching PCNC. I'm Robin Taylor. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break with sports.